We did just go live. So, hi everybody. Welcome to Melee and More with Acid.
And Dalbull.
Today we have a very special guest in Metanym. So...
How often do I go by that tag?
I think like it's been a minute, right?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I think last time I seriously used it was like 2018.
So, does this not automatically have characters unlocked? Is that how that works?
No, it should have everything. That's weird. It should auto default you to like the best card.
We're gonna go ahead and end the... We'll go ahead and try this again. Yeah.
Here, how about I host the net play?
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Because I think if I have it all set up, it should be fine.
Okay.
Everything unlocked, unrestricted card selection, and yep. Okay, that looks good. Let's with net play. Yes. Let me do that. Copy.
So while you set that up, tell us a little bit about yourself, Nikki.
Yeah. Just your average melee player, you know.
Yeah, just no big deal at all. Yeah.
I play Puff. Very cool.
Okay, sure.
I've been playing since 2014. I got into competitive when I got to Purdue.
Okay.
And ever since then, it's just been kind of, melee is such a huge part of my life. I spend a lot of time thinking about it, like all of you do, all of us. And, you know, contributing back to the community that's given me so much. Yeah.
I get it. Apparently, Nikki is quiet, so I'm going to try to turn you up.
Hello?
I turned you up by like 50%. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Purdue's pretty cool.
Yeah, Purdue's pretty cool. Ever since it's a 2015 to 2020, basically, I was at Purdue, did all sorts of stuff there. I think anybody in the Midwest kind of has an idea of who I am. Just given,
honestly, anybody in the community, like a little bit,
a little bit,
like, bit.
I think Indiana more so, just because.
Sure.
I spent so much time traveling to basically at least like 2 regionals a weekend for a while.
You
like
were
doing the streams.
Yeah, you were big, for sure.
Yeah, I was like, I was out there just grinding. And then in 2020, right as the pandemic started, I moved back home to Seattle, and I've been here ever since. And in that time span, Slippi Online released. I did 2022 was a wild year. I did like almost every major under the sun.
Sure.
And then, you know, it's been a nice quiet 2023, but still fun.
Yeah, makes sense. We will save most of the in-depth for just a little bit. We are going to start with another round of beerio kart.
Does it work?
Yes, it does.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay, there we go. That's working. The best cart is this one. I'm pretty sure.
I think the train cart is the best, but I'm going toad mode. I go toad mode every time. That's my dog.
You know, it's all about what you want, right?
That's
Mason?
right. That's right. It is. It's literally me. Like, I'm the main character.
Yeah, the dynamic duo here.
Oh shit! You actually just you got a beast car, dude.
Oh, that's sick.
All right. Well, if you're not familiar with how beerio kart works, we have to finish a beer before the race ends. You can't drink and drive.
Yes, no drinking and driving. That's bad.
That is bad. So without further,
DK count.
I would.
DK Mountain?
Let's fuck this up. Let's do.
Let's
Let's get this out of the way. Are you allowed to drink in the cannon? Like, can you? Okay.
You are moving.
Right, but you're not driving. Okay. okay. Had to clarify.
Yes,
okay. All right. Well, let's kick this off.
3, 2, 1.
Beer can
On
cannot
go.
be open. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Beer can was not as cold, warm this time, rather. All right. See you later, Nikki.
I'm so bad at beerio kart. I'm just like every time I play. I guess it's because it's with like Sammy and like all them, and they're just good at the game because they play all the time.
Sure.
I just get trounced.
I think I'm like a little bit obnoxiously good at it because one, I can chug a beer pretty fast, so I just drink it all at the beginning.
Yeah, that's kind of helpful.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
two,
no.
I think I'm pretty good at double dash. Oh. All
I
right,
have the
off to
opposite
an.
problem where I don't drink it very fast and I don't play double dash very often, so I am
Sure.
left in the dust. Oh no.
Hey, you know what?
Oh my god.
Finishing your first lap, that's a big deal, Dalton. I'm proud of you.
So true.
Gotta get at least one.
Yeah, keep talking big.
Hey, whoa, chill with that. Chill with that. Hang on. Oh, did you throw?
Oh, he's
Oh.
getting you. He's getting you.
Nah, he's not. I'm out of there.
Oh, you just dipped.
I said I'm not
I
getting
wonder
hit
if
by
that's
that.
more effective.
So
Oh.
I think it might be because I can get the speed boost from landing, right?
Oh, I think I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yep.
That corner is gonna get me all 3 laps. I know it.
MPX asked if I could drink a beer if I was being launched from a cannon. I think I could
Yeah.
simultaneously chug a beer and get launched from a human cannon. I could do it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I feel like that'd be tough. Depends on how much force you're dealing with.
That's I
true.
mean, I don't know, like as long as the
Can you,
beer
like, even get your arms up.
as long as the beer can come out of the can, I'll just like tie it to my head. And then like
So that is
yeah.
I know it.
Whew. You're a little too close for comfort right here, Nikki. I don't know, man.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Oh,
I thought I'd hit the.
okay.
Okay.
If that was like a second later, I fall off the bridge. For good measure, gotta make sure.
Clear it. Yeah.
GG's, everybody.
GG. Can't do a full stop. Oh, I don't want to be on the bridge.
Gotta make sure it's all the way gone. Oh! Hey! Wait, Dalton, did you finish?
I did.
Let's
I
go!
actually got destroyed.
I didn't realize you were that close.
Me
I
neither.
only noticed it out of the side of my eye. I was like, oh no. That's really gonna happen like that.
I even hit a banana on the bridge.
You
Hey,
did.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I've got a second. I
Yeah,
can't talk that fast.
Team melee and more. We just got it like
How
that.
does that-
That's alcoholism, baby. Yeah. Oh fuck.
Oh,
Alright.
man.
I was worried about that when I forgot to take the beer out of the fridge. It hurt
No,
going down.
this was significantly colder than the last one, and that was rough. Let me tell you.
Now, getting the beer was partly why I went to the store. I didn't have any beers on hand, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And then my mom was like, oh, I need you to pick up some other groceries as well. Okay.
So that being said, if you are unfamiliar with Melee and more, we are going to now play some Melee and more. This week, I will be asking Melee-based questions, and Dalton will be asking non-Melee-based questions. So Nikki, you'll be playing Dalton first. Dalton, if you want to go ahead and stream to me.
Perfect. Also, Nikki, what is your connect code?
Nikki 0. The original 0.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's the OG, because that was you had that before. You allowed
You
people.
want,
Yeah.
I'll wait to talk about
Sure.
the history of that. But yeah. I
that-
was the very first one to get a 0 tag.
That is actually swag.
MPX saying asking Nikki the two types of questions: melee and non-melee. That's so true, dude.
What's your connect code, Dalton?
It is bull #9.
Bull?
Like BULL.
Oh, bull.
Yeah.
I searched BOWL at first.
That's what I thought
I
I heard
hadn't
first.
even
I
thought
was like,
about
wait a
that.
second. Bull?
Okay. I am currently waiting for game. Let's hope this works. Usually it takes a couple tries.
I really should make that better, but it's also like I don't use it enough to care.
I mean, no, like, okay, it worked. But, like, for the most part, it works anyway, so it's like, whatever. So going straight into it, you know what? Let's go ahead and skip to that subsection. Slippy.
Yeah.
So, to what extent are you Slippy? Because in my head, you are like Slippy is a 3-headed, like, Hydra, and you're like one of the heads. Like, you
it's
are,
like,
you are,
it's actually
a
like 2-headed, honestly. It's
Okay,
just me and
okay.
Jazz. Uncle Punch and Meta are still like very important pieces of the crew, but far less active.
Sure. In my head, it's like you, Jazz, and like the player base. Like, right?
Ah, yes, you could say that. Honestly, that's nice.
Yeah. But anyways, so you are basically like Slippy. Like you are the guy.
Yeah, I'm one of the guys.
Sure. I don't want to take all the way. I like Joe. Icelink in chat says if it doesn't work, we can just yell at you. You're right here.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean this is a big deal. You kind of like saved Melee. Like unironically.
Jazz saved Melee. I've helped sustain it.
The
I'd say.
Slippy team saved Melee.
Something
Gotcha.
got me back into the scene.
Yeah, like it's a big deal.
I was not part of it before that.
What are your main jobs as a Slippy? Is dev the correct
Yeah, I
word?
just call myself a Slippy dev.
Okay.
At least my focus is like I do the launcher, I do dolphin stuff. I don't do in-game assembly because that's for crazy people.
Sure.
I do a lot of like code reviews. I decide me and Jazz decide, and then I execute on when we do our releases, which
Okay.
We really need to do a release soon.
Are you
we'll
allowed
get
to
it
talk
later.
about that?
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Jazz figured out how to get playback and recording working at the same time, so that way we can let people do some cooler stuff with custom HUDs. Ooh, wow, I just went flying.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now, if you want to do a custom HUD, you have to read from the replay as it's being written, and that's going to be desynced from Dolphin. So
Sure.
it won't be like, if you want to show the percents and all that, it's going to be slightly off.
Gotcha.
And this just makes it like you just read from Dolphin, and so that means you're in line with Dolphin at all times.
That's sick. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will make some different HUDs better.
Yeah, I think it'll be really cool. I think it's something we've wanted to do for a while, and a couple people, myself included, have attempted it, but really Jazz was the only person that could safely do it, just because he knows the code the best.
Sure. Okay.
Assembly's
So like
crazy, I like it.
the original code is like a Jazz baby.
Yes, everything
Okay.
is Jazz from the basic standpoint of like. He started working on Slippy Online in December or November of 2022, just because that's what he was interested in,
Sure.
and then didn't tell anybody, like not even like me or like
Sure.
Uncle Punch, until like January.
Okay.
And at that point, he had a working like prototype.
Oh
which is-
shit. That's
Jazz is
huge.
insane.
Right.
Yeah.
So
He
you
was
got brought on.
just-
So like the project was born in December. You were brought on in January.
No. Like I've been working on Slippy stuff for a while. I guess online, yes.
Sure.
'Cause
Sure.
if we go into the talk about what is Slippy, that'd be a long one. 'Cause,
Do you have a simple
when you-
answer for that question?
I consider Slippy to be a replay system extended into an online system.
Okay.
Because the core of Slippy, everything is based on the replays. Whoa. Everything we do.
Right.
All the mirroring.
It's
this-
more
what
or
you're
less like
seeing right
replays
now.
of the game rather than the game itself.
Yeah. and then replays of the game let us be confident that we can do rollback.
Right.
If you can replay the game, you can rewind time and then forward time safely.
Right.
Because yeah,
You're
rollback is just time travel.
You're a little wizard, basically. Okay. Where did the idea come from to bring it to the online stage?
Just because like for a long time we always had someone saying, "Oh, what could you do rollback in Melee?"
Sure.
And we're like, "No, it's too hard." And for the longest time, yeah, it was true. It was too hard.
Sure. It's like,
then,
if you could like make a livable wage and devote your entire time to it, maybe you could, but at that point it just wasn't worth it.
Especially not in 2022 when we didn't feel the pressure of like COVID or anything. It was
Right.
just like, oh, we already play Melee online. Everything's fine, right?
Right.
Mostly.
Makes sense though, but yeah. So basically, like, when it came down to it, it was finally like a doable thing without, killing yourselves, and also there was a need for it.
Yeah, the need came afterwards, but it was very much like, oh shit, now we've really got to make this like a thing, and so we did.
Nice. Okay, what are some unique challenges that you faced to start it, and what are some of the challenges that you faced to keep it afloat?
It's definitely like dealing with. It's all user based, right? Like getting people to understand what is going on and how does it work, how do they set it up.
Sure.
The friction is always that side, and like also you have to legally obtain your ISO as per the U.S. government laws and other countries.
Sure.
Yeah, cover my ass.
That's we all have gotten we download Melee from our disc. Yeah.
I have my copy of the game right over there.
I mean, that's the enough legal jargon, right? Like, if you have bought Melee ever, you are now like an ISO. Like, you can just have the ISO. No.
It's so dumb. I don't want to talk about the.
Okay. Sure.
But yeah, it's the friction of getting people into the game. That's always the hardest part. And then like since then, it's just maintaining our servers, keeping everything alive. Every so often, like the servers die.
Yeah.
It's because like we did a bunch of wizardry for a while that was like working fine, and then we tried a different type of wizardry, and it works okay. It's easier in some respects, worse in other respects.
Sure.
But the bigger issue is just that those like online leaderboards that people like. Like they're like Indiana or Colorado ranked leaderboard.
Sure.
Yeah, sometimes those kill the servers.
Oh really? Oh shit. Okay. So we should.
It's been a lot more rare. Yeah, it's been a lot more rare recently just because we've gotten some things under control.
Sure. But basically, we should kill Blitz. Like that's what I'm here. Okay. Look, he's right there, Nikki. You say the word. I'm a slippy op. I'll run it. No, but yeah, that's an unfortunate side effect. But the thing is, like, I think the last time that I noticed the servers were affected, they were back on in literally like 5 or 10 minutes. Like you guys are
it's
so fast.
quick.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't actually do anything. We just.
Oh. Well, you know what? You've set it up to where it happens so fast.
Yeah, it is nice that it's not like super long downtime.
Sure.
It's just that people will like come in and say, "Oh, what's going on?" And I'm like, just come back in like 10-15 minutes. Go for a walk.
Yeah, like touch grass. Step outside. No, okay. Well, one of the.
I would.
Go ahead.
Wait, I want to hit one more thing. In terms of like maintaining things, I gotta say, we have a really good support team, aka one person named Carson, who is the GOAT.
Like
literally, like answers more questions than anybody else, even me.
Ship Lord Carson?
No, not that Carson.
I think that'd be so fucking funny.
That'd be so funny.
If like he was just your support team. But yeah, okay.
That's a good guy, Dave Carson.
Shout outs to Carson. That's sick.
Yeah. Shout outs to Carson.
No, but like one of the biggest proprietors that use Slippy are different majors. And I know that you are decently passionate about melee majors. So, what constitutes a major in your head? Like, what does that mean?
Okay. To me, so I think it's easier to classify what's a super major than it
Sure.
is to classify what's a major.
Okay.
I think a super major is anything that contains all, or at least, 90% of the top 20. If
Okay.
you do not have that top class, like, I just don't consider it a serious event.
So
Like, I want
you
everybody
need
there.
basically, like, as of right now, top 3 are kind of a step above everyone. Even if they drop
Yeah.
sets, like, they are just dominant, right? So you need those top 3 to be a super major.
Yeah.
And then
It
from
needs-
there,
like, honestly, if you don't have all the top 5, like, what's the point?
right? Sure. Okay. And then from there, a major is just like a super major without that stipulation.
Yeah, it's like at least like
A decent amount of players, a good amount of the top level, but maybe not like.
if I was to be like controversial, I'd say like 1,000 player minimum,
Ooh.
which is probably really high for a lot of people.
Ooh.
Because at that point you're getting into basically super major territory. But I think a major needs a huge open bracket or like I'd call Summit a major. I would not call it
Right.
like a super major.
Well, I think it's like that's because 100% of the skill level at Summit is top 50.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, at least 98%. There was Dark Genix one year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and blue.
So true. We gotta do Ethan like that.
Hey, look.
Had to.
He went game 5 with Salt, who is now like
That is
pretty
actually
pretty
really
solidly
sick.
like what, at least top 20, if not 15.
Yeah, he won game 5 with the Botany winner too.
Oh, I
That's
don't want to
true.
talk about that. Okay, 1,000's a lot. Would you consider Full Bloom a major?
No. I call it super regional at best.
Really?
I
Okay.
do not like. Okay, wait. Actually, I gotta double check the stats. I don't know who's
So
going
it's-
to, who's
so
going to
it's-
full blue.
So right now, Mango, Cody, Zane,
Oh wait.
but it's capped at 352 for melee. But it also has ultimate, which is also capped at 352, and then it also has.
Is it at the same venue?
Yep. Yeah. Like the
That's a
cathedral.
nice venue.
It is
I like
really
it.
nice.
I like it a lot.
I think without that, it's a major. Like
It really could be a major. Yeah, if I didn't have that stipulation,
not a
think
super
it's
major because
possible.
it doesn't have those numbers.
yeah, it
But
definitely
yeah.
can't be a super major.
Yes, yeah. But like that top 3 is big. Especially like if they end up pulling J-Mook or Moki or anything like that because of those
Yeah.
people. Okay. What do you think the biggest setbacks are for a TO to create a major? Like what is stopping more majors from appearing?
I think you really just need you need the support base.
Hmm.
I think a lot of majors run well because they have so many volunteers. Which I think you have the chance to volunteer at a major, you really, really should. It's just good to learn.
It
and
does
it's
help
good
a
for the
lot, too.
community.
Yeah.
You guys know your TOs. Anybody that helps set up chairs, godsend.
Real.
Anybody that helps put up a CRT and put it all together, godsend.
Literally,
Um,
like, if you have an hour at a major to run a pool,
Yeah, run a
do
pool.
it.
Oh,
Like,
God.
it's so easy and it's super helpful.
And then it's really just getting the contacts, getting this working with a venue is a challenging deal.
Sure.
You have to know all sorts of things. You have to be prepared for all sorts of scenarios and have security and have the fire marshal check over everything. There's so
Mhm.
much. There's so much to talk about.
A lot of back end details that kind of get overlooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also gotta get sponsors.
Ugh. Yeah,
Right, you can't
it
really
costs
run a
money.
major.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
how much production costs. It's not cheap.
That's like, I've only ever run regionals, and that's not cheap. I can't imagine how much more a major is.
Yeah. It's expensive, and it just requires so many people to do all the right things at the right time and get everything together.
Sure.
It's hard. I really appreciate how much our community has sustained the current majors that we have. Like,
Sure.
you know, Riptide, Genesis, Big House. I guess Collision's kind of a new one, but I think it counts. Like, they have a 20.
Collision's big. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's like what, like 600 last year? Or
I mean,
500?
Grand's was J-Mook Zane. Like,
Yeah.
that's major.
Yeah. I think most people would call it that.
Icelink says Fiction is the setup teardown goat. Fiction
Dude,
was a
honestly,
big help.
Fiction got so much respect from me for that. Like,
Yeah, like wins doubles, wins singles, and then helps run the tournament. Like helps us. Like that's hot.
that's crazy.
Um,
You'd love to see it from any top player.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of top players would not do that.
Do you expect to see any more majors pop up? Because like Double Down, Collision, all kind of newer events that just happen to show up.
It's tough to say. I don't have any insider info on that, Mark. I just know about the ones that I know about, and they're all ones that you all know about. So.
Sure. Okay. But you could see it, but also
I
like
could see it. It's hard. It's
Sure.
really hard, and I don't seriously expect it with the current situation with Nintendo,
sure.
especially with the whole. I think it's really bullshit that they require you to get the license before you even announce the event. But I
That's
see where they're-
hard.
Yeah.
Is that gonna affect Slippy at all?
I don't think about it too much.
I'm gonna
I think
we'll
it sucks for online tournaments for sure.
sure.
But what can I do about that, right?
Right, yeah.
Nothing.
We can avoid that one. I don't wanna.
It's just sucks for everybody,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a bad angle.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a rapid fire. We're running low on melee time.
Oh. Okay.
I have a lot of more questions. So Midwest
Right.
Melee, kind of the start of your career, Purdue Melee.
The GOAT.
Um,
It's the GOAT region. Like, undoubtedly. I've
So
been all over the place. I
what-
love Midwest. It's so good.
yeah, what do you think the difference between Midwest Melee is with West Coast, East Coast, like different parts of different countries? Like, what's the biggest difference to you?
Do you see Aklo going to like the cave or like a Virginia local or major or region? Sorry.
You're good.
No, you don't. You don't. It's you know, like I think like we see preeminent from fucking Minnesota coming down to Indiana. Like it's like a 6-hour drive.
He does like a 16-hour round trip drive for an 80-man Indiana regional, like
Yeah,
solo.
like- That's
Sure.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
I think it's just all the people in this area love Melee, or in that area. I say this area.
Sure.
They
You'll-
love
you'll
Melee
always be
and they love
Midwest.
traveling. I will.
Yeah, I think a love is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We're not going to be the strongest region, although we are kind of
Oh.
nice with it right now. Like we're getting
kinda
good.
nice with it.
We-
We got the result.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did pretty good in that Big House crew battle.
That's right. But you know, we show up.
We really do.
Like out of the blue.
I heard that was really good. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Really great event from Kevin Tenacity.
Yeah, Kevin's sick.
Also got
We
like
love to see all those new TOs.
also got like 170 entrants. Like for a random, not a random regional, but like a
Wow.
random regional. Like that's hot.
That was really sick.
So favorite set in mind from a Midwest local.
A Boo versus Fat Goat. Wait, local?
Yeah.
Does regional count?
Oh, I'm gonna go local, regional, and major.
Local. Okay, Banana Sack versus Peanut. It was a game 10 or game 15, I guess.
Was
set
this
at-
when like you were trying to go home and they got done at
Yes.
like 11?
It was like 11 o'clock. I just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
But they kept playing because it was game 10. I was like, no.
Game 15 of
Game-
winners
yeah.
grands. Yeah. That's so sick though. Like that's what you love, right? And Banana Sack
sick,
ended
but
up winning, right? Or was
I
that?
believe so.
Okay. I know Peanut
It's been
usually
so.
didn't win, but like getting the dub, that's hot. That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite set at a regional.
Pat Goku versus Prince Abu. Just because I went so hard on the player cams that time.
Oh,
If you get a chance to watch it, oh,
that's
it's
so
hilarious.
funny. Oh, that was at Hold That L 4?
Five or
It's 4
four?
or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't 6.
Yeah. 6 is too late, but it was so good. And like Abu, he's already sitting close to the camera, and Nikki just keeps zooming in on his face. It was hilarious. It was to the point where like the game cam was there, but like Abu's face was just so close. It was so good.
And I basically kept doing it whenever they lost the stock. I was like,
Right.
a bit closer.
And I feel like that's what you want out of your production, right? You take it seriously,
Regional, yeah.
but not too seriously, right? You gotta have fun with it. Okay. As for a Midwest major, what's your favorite set?
That's a tough one. I think a really cool one was Rishi versus Cody at Big House 9. I'm not gonna say a favorite because that's really hard. There's too
Sure.
many sets
We
of
can
majors.
we can say a favorite that you can easily think of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rishi goes DK game 3, like of the best of 5, and clutches a win on FD, and then they go back to FD, and then Cody wins. It was a crazy set. I was going off.
I forgot that he went DK a little bit,
Yeah.
and it kind of
Sometimes.
worked. Yeah.
It did work.
Yeah.
Icelink in chat says Nooch versus that one guy at Full Bloom. He's referring to Beach, the Michigan Fox. At the time was
Actually, don't
PR'd
know
like
Beach.
at the time was PR'd like 10 in Michigan, and Nooch won game 3 in a best of 3 on stream.
You're just sick.
Nooch is so good, dude. He came back to a local after not entering for like literally a year, and he went game 3 with me. Like he took a game and like it was close. That shit was hot.
Yeah.
Okay. A defensive play.
Dude, I think
What do you
Melee
define?
has
Yeah.
it's like everything every option you have is so powerful. And it just gives you so much interactability. I'm not a great player. I'm gonna admit that. Like, I'm probably like
You're the GOAT player. You're not great. You're the GOAT.
I'm like what? I'm like gold 2 on Slippi.
Slippy rank doesn't mean shit.
Gives you an approximate test of skill.
That's why that's a Nikki.
I gotta keep telling myself that as I like, I'm like almost in master, and then I lose like 9 sets. I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Faking
Yeah.
that point.
I don't know. I think DI, SDI, every single little like option you have to get out of a combo is so
Sure.
powerful and so much fun to do. I enjoy getting like destroyed in melee because it's like I still have a chance to like interact.
Sure.
I'm
Like,
still, like, giving
even when
them
you're
something to
losing,
fight
you can
against.
still have fun. Yeah. Most of the time. There's sometimes. What do you define as defensive play? Is it like the slide offs, the SDIs, or is it like
Anything to get
defensive
you out of a
neutral?
combo. Neutral is also really cool. There's like so much you can do in neutral to like stave off like the punish.
Sure.
But I really focus on defense during the punish.
Okay. So you're not as much focused on the planking Jigglypuff.
No, that's
Okay, so it's like smart defensive play that is like interactive versus
yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. When you first
'Cause,
brought that
okay,
up,
I
I was
play
like,
like
are you about to
a-
talk about like this pound stalling Jigglypuff? Like, going...
No. So
Okay.
like every so often I play like an FGC regional at Purdue, and I don't play those games, but I'll try.
Yeah.
Like there's just like so little I can do out of the corner. Like,
Right. It's like 0 to
Yeah,
death
like,
in that
gives you
game, or
so-
just like it's just like a thing that happens. It's not some like high technical cool thing that somebody does. It's just like
can be technical. I think it,
I
it
mean,
can
yeah.
be technical, but like it's you just don't feel like you have a chance. I that's how
Right.
I see it.
It's like you lost there because you fucked up, or like not necessarily, but like you had an option to do something there. And that's always true in melee.
Yes.
No. Okay. Um, do you think timeouts are always cool in their current iteration?
I think timeouts are cool when you feel like the fight has been like very close the entire time, and like Yoshi Jigglypuff kind of feels fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the slower matchups that they're still interacting the whole time, but they aren't like it's basically just like two pieces and then you reset the neutral.
Yeah.
Like they're not even really
No.
camping out. You don't have much like that. We will go ahead and call
Like-
this one last game, by the way.
All right.
But, yeah.
Good.
Nice. But yeah, so timeouts.
I think they can be cool if there's a live interaction. If the viewers are having fun, that's great.
Sure.
Right? Like Bananas versus Michael.
Oh god.
That's so much fun, dude.
I think it's really funny to see an 8-minute 4-stock to 4-stock both at 0.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
It's just a spectacle.
From a TO standpoint, that's a logistical nightmare.
Yes.
Um,
I feel for the TOs that have to deal with that, especially Connor, Contra. Who had to
Oh,
deal with
no,
that,
yeah.
Don't park on the grass.
uh-huh.
That
Man.
was rough. I was like there. I was also running stream that event, the side stream, but I was like there cheering on Michael, like just yelling, "Let's go, Michael! Let's go!
Sure.
Yeah, time out. Let's do this."
God. That poor person. Contra's a sweetheart, too. They don't deserve it.
They are.
Okay. So to weigh in on the current like controversy from like today or yesterday, timeouts involving low tiers. Is Mewtwo a cool character? Is he getting camped out when he's spamming shield grab in the corner? Like, well,
No,
like what?
he's not. He's not interacting.
Right. Okay. Oh, I got you too mad. You were
He's not interacting. What is he doing? He's just sitting there trying to do a cheap ass thing.
It's funny because the clip posted, the fox approaches like a good 6 or
Yeah.
7 times.
I was mad. It just made no sense. Fast Hands was making a dumbass argument. I'm like, why am I on Twitter?
Right.
I closed Twitter. I closed Twitter and I went about my day working and doing everything but that.
Genuinely very funny.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your melee takes. I think they are both good, productive, and a little bit funny at times.
Gotta have those.
We will go ahead and move on.
Falco Link.
Oh, of course. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's your code?
Code is Acid812. And as per usual, I try to find music that I think the player that I am playing would like. So we have.
Is that something you actually do? I wasn't sure. I thought I only heard it on. I listened to all the episodes before this because I was like, I've only watched Ryan's. I want to kind of see how you do it.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like I didn't hear music I heard it on Ryan's.
So it's I can only play it during my session because I can't control Dalton's music.
I see.
Because I don't want it to blend in with the game music.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for like Ryan and you, I'm playing anime openings.
Nice.
For Joe, I did folk punk. For Abe, I did Gojira. So like it's Freeman, I did drum and bass. Like I try to fit the vibe.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That.
But yeah, so we're doing some anime openings today, Nikki.
Yeah.
And with that, take it away.
Link.
So your background in software engineering has helped the Slippy team and the Melee community as a whole in immeasurable ways. What made you decide to study it?
I always liked computers, but like it's just like a natural like thing for me. Oh, I want to make computers do things, so that's software engineering, right? So I chose that track in college, and I was pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the work I get to do. I'm happy that I get to contribute so much to Melee as well with that skill. And it's fun. I like coding. I code a lot in my free time. I mean, doing Slippy and a full-time job is not easy.
That doesn't sound easy.
Yeah, and on top of traveling and running streams for majors.
Yes.
How do you find the time to like do things other than that?
Dude, it's a struggle sometimes, especially when like there's multiple majors a month. I'm like, fuck, no. This is pain. I always try and like keep like an hour after work to like work out and like to play a game that I like to play. You know,
Sure.
specifically the one I mentioned, OS. I play that probably the most out of any game right now.
So, funnily enough, every week Dalton and I were like, "All right, do you want to do the melee section? Do you want to do the more section?" We got to you. Dalton was like, "I'm doing more," and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's
I
up?"
kind of knew that.
Uh huh. The reason being, specifically
I
that
do
game.
love
So we'll get to
those.
that later. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not very good, but I do have some time with it. And it's a lovely game.
It is amazing.
But back on software engineering, you run some home servers, correct?
Yes, I have 2 servers at the moment, possibly 3 in a couple weeks. Depends on how I'm feeling. If I get I go to this like PC refurbished store in Seattle every now and then and like try and like find some good deals. If any of them catch my eye, I will add a 3rd to my server collection. I have a nice little rack on this side. It gets loud sometimes, but it's cool running a bunch of things and like expanding my skill set by figuring out how to solve problems on a server that is all my own.
Hmm. What do you like host on them? Or like I've got a buddy whose dad runs like Killing Floor 2 servers on his.
Yeah. I have a Minecraft server that I used to use with some friends from college. Not melee people, just, you know, other friends.
Sure.
And then I have my Plex server, which hosts all my legally obtained media. I actually, physical media is very important, and I think everybody should really consider owning the things that they like. And I do.
Sure.
I have a huge collection of CDs, Blu-rays, and stuff. It's just cool to have and like to learn how to rip it and then be able to, you know, store it forever without worrying about Netflix taking it away from me.
Yeah, it definitely offers like more security for things you enjoy.
Yeah. I also run like the Slippy bot that runs in our Discord, answering all of your questions. That's hosted at home, which is fun.
Ah!
Yeah.
God, how am I living this way?
Icelink asks, what the hell is a server?
A server is just a computer. Now, it's a big computer, but it's a computer. And the way I use it is it basically runs a bunch of different OSs at the same time. So I have like, you know, virtual machines. You've probably heard the term. I have like 8 or 9 on one server and like 4 on another, and they all run different applications, or they run like a set of applications that work together. Yeah, and it's not too complicated, really. You know, any computer can be a server. I remember in college I picked up one of those like Dell like school computers to run as a server in my apartment for like Minecraft and like other shit. It works. It's just anything that does the job.
Absolutely. Rye Guy wants me to ask where you frame your computer science degree.
No, I'm not gonna answer that
What?
one.
What do you mean?
I don't answer that on tape. If you
Wait,
want,
no.
you can
We-
get the answer offline if you'd like, but
We
I will
gotta.
not.
We need to put the deep questions behind a paywall.
Yeah.
It's like,
Patreon one.
yeah. We have 10 subs for Nikki to answer. And Nikki gets half the profit. Oh, jeez.
So,
Yeah.
with work and hobbies that are so online, many people struggle to stay active. What activities do you enjoy that keep you moving?
I try and like go running a lot, as much as I can, and whenever it's nice out, I like to go rollerblading, which is easily my favorite activity, um, like physical activity. It's just I feel like I talk about this. I say this so much, but like I don't want to compare things to Melee, but I will compare things to Melee. The freedom of movement I get on two sets of rollerblades on a set of rollerblades is it's so wonderful. It's like I can do whatever I want. I can move however I want. I'm in full control. Like it's not gonna fly out from under me like a skateboard or a longboard, and I'm not like hoisted inside of it like a bicycle.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I like rollerblading a lot.
They're like the swords of the feet.
Yes.
Excuse me. What kind of dumb shit?
Well, they don't call them roller blades for nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
oh, so true, so true. That was insane.
My bad.
No, that was sick. Oh god.
Um, so you enjoy hiking, correct?
Yes, I love that. Oh, I should mention that too. But yeah, I love hiking. It's a great way to get outdoors, especially in the Pacific Northwest where we have so many hiking options everywhere.
Is there like a best trail you've ever been on?
I would say the best trail I've ever been on was likely I did a 50-mile loop in I think this is like 2014. It's in the Olympic Coast, and it goes over like 4 or 5 mountains up and down. And me and my friends and my dad and another adult, we were Boy Scouts, so we had to have the adults there.
Right.
We did that in 3 days, and it was the most fun I've ever had. It's just like a super intense, just like let's go and hike a bunch of mountains.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I bet the views were lovely.
Oh yeah, the views are always amazing here. That's one of the reasons I can't leave. Like, just the accessibility and the quality of the hikes is too high. And I don't think I'd get there anywhere else.
Sure.
Yeah.
MPX
Yeah, it's
saying.
certainly not around here. I love Indiana, but it's very flat.
Yes.
I will say I've gone on a few good hikes in Indiana. It's not the same depth as like Washington or
Sure.
Pacific Northwest, but you can still find some cool stuff.
So you are now the third member of the Weeb Council we've had on the show. Tell us a bit about your anime taste.
Oh man, I've been watching anime since I was like 6 years old, so like 2007 or 2004. Yeah, 2004. I first watched Full Metal Alchemist when I was in India one time, and that got me into it. It was just like it was the same episode repeating every day on a single channel, and that's all I got. And when I got home, I was like, I need to watch more of this.
Yeah, you gotta find out what happens next.
Yeah. Ever since I've been like watching like basically everything. I'm a very firm believer in you gotta watch trash to know trash.
Sure.
So
Makes sense.
right now my favorite like genres would be definitely like what's called Iyashike, which is like healing anime, which is very comforting, kind of not like plot based, but like more vibes based. You know, good vibes.
Interesting.
Really good vibes. If you've never seen Arya is
Amazing.
one of the greatest animes of all time. If you ever get Rick on, you should ask him about that, because I think he and I introduced him to it, and he's like, dude, this is the greatest thing ever.
Peace.
Interesting.
Same thing with O's, actually.
Yeah, Rick, known OS player. Fraggin' and laggin', no less.
Dragon and Laggin.
Real.
And then, I like my shonens every now and then, but I think Josei is easily my next favorite. If you've ever seen Nana, that's a great manga anime. Oh, you went deep there.
I tried. I'm the Red Knight of Indianapolis.
Yeah. I don't know. Anime is such a. There's so much depth to the medium, right? Like it's not just like one thing. It's not just Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, whatever you want to talk about. Um, if you, I could give like a billion anime recommendations that aren't shonens that are still like really good, kind of like something that anybody could watch without feeling like it's like too weeby, I guess.
Sure. Like, I first got my dad into anime on IQ, and he now watches. That's actually insane. He now watches like the most garbage shit you can find on Crunchyroll.
Yes.
As one should, right? Like
Honestly, yes. You gotta do it.
Every time I log on to our shared Crunchyroll account, I see like 3 more anime that I've never heard of before, and they all just look the same, and it hurts me a little bit, but I know he's enjoying himself.
why do you just casually have that? But anyways.
Speaking of anime, the OS World Cup semifinals just happened this past weekend.
It
With
was so
finals and grand
hype.
finals the next 2 weekends. I know
Yeah.
historically the U.S. has done well. How are they looking this year, and who's looking to challenge them?
South Korea, dude. South Korea is insane. They've got literally every good player on their team, like every good South Korean player on their team. They've got Flying Tuna. If you've never heard of him, you probably have seen one of his aim lab world records. He is like the GOAT at aim. They've got Worst HR player, who's probably like one of the craziest like tech map players, which are like super complex, like follow point shit. Like you gotta move your cursor in a very specific way for sliders that are like really awkward. They've got Karcher, who's just consistency GOAT, and just a fantastic team. The U.S., we've got like a lot of good people, but like I don't know. I feel like their heart's not in it this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what makes you say
I
that?
know, like going down to losers before quarterfinals is really really rare.
Right.
Actually, it's never happened for the U.S. before this year. The earliest they lost was last year to South Korea in semifinals. I don't know. I mean, I really hope that they can pull it together because like I love lots of really talented players on their team.
Yeah.
But who knows? I think Canada's had a really crazy run. Cut Paper is insane for FCing like 6 maps in quarterfinals, which is unheard of for someone who's only a 4-digit. Like, so
Dang.
OS, if you don't know, is we call like your rating like based on the number of digits usually. So 4 digits, like top 1,000 to 99.9.
Makes sense.
And usually people in the OS World Cup are like 3-digit, usually at least, if not 2-digit.
Who's
So-
number 1?
Who's the number 1 like rank?
Yep.
It's Emrek from Australia.
Con.
He's really good. He's a very talented player in all aspects. Like for a lot of years, it was very questionable because you'd say, oh, well, they're just like a speed gimmick or like they're an aim gimmick. They just do one thing really well and they just farm a bunch of maps. But he's just kind of good.
Okay.
He's good at everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I think OS is a lot of fun because there's so many skill sets, so much mechanical difficulty that you can train on. It's very similar to like Melee. I can always practice something.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's like people who specialize in like different styles of map.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to approach it.
MPX says, did the Evil Frums song get played?
I don't think was there a From song this past. I don't think there's a From's map in the last pool. I mean, maybe there
Yeah,
was,
something
and
watch.
yeah.
All was revealed for something OS related.
Oh,
Maybe
Uh,
Nikki's on pack watch. What is your favorite song that you originally heard in Oz? Oh,
Ooh. I think uh, Os actually introduced me to Zutomayo, Yorishika, and Yoasobi.
really?
Those are three fantastic artists that are, very mainstream appeal. Also introduced me to like shit like Z, like Freedom Dive is fantastic. Blue Zenith, fantastic. Um, the featured artist list, like the people that are folks that are licensed for the game, is super large, and there's a lot of really cool artists there. But yeah, I think those four are probably like the ones I still listen to a lot, like on my
sure.
on Spotify or whatever.
Big Zudomayo fan.
Yeah.
What is your favorite beat map to play, or if you have a couple?
Let's see. It kind of changes with the years. I think right now, it would probably be there's Outsider by Yanagi, very popular Japanese pop artist. There's oh fuck, I forget what the name is now. But there's a map or a song by Zek. God, I hate that I can't remember it. I play it in both Waka and Os a lot because it's just a lot of fun to listen to and like play with because
Sure.
it's a very tech heavy map and I'm bad at tech, but I like tech.
Sure. That's how it
Um,
goes sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of the maps I'm just bad.
Yeah. My ass
Um,
could not break into the 4-star barrier, so I get it.
oh really? You gotta get once you get the 5-star, the game just opens up. Like there's
Right.
so much variety. We should play sometime. I'll teach you. I'll teach you some of the good maps at that level to really grind and get the up your skill on.
That would be lovely. I would really appreciate that.
MPX saying Waka mentioned with a heart.
Yes, dude, Waka's so good. It's so sad that it's dead, but like it's one of my dreams is to own a Waka cabinet and play on the offline
Ooh,
servers. It's like not too expensive, like 4K, which I could save up over a couple years.
Sure.
If I don't buy any like production equipment.
yeah, sure. So one of the newer Purdue players, Timoniac, actually housed me for Collision.
Yeah.
And on one of the nights prior to the event, we went to a rhythm game arcade.
Ooh.
It was
Now I gotta
really
go
fun.
Collision.
It was really fun. Yeah. I played this cube game.
Do beats. It's like a 4x4 thing.
Yep. hmm
Yeah, that's
That was
Jubeat.
fun. What else was there?
Probably like DDR.
I mean, yeah, there were
at least.
the step games.
Was there like Sound Voltex that's got like some knobs and like 5 buttons?
Yep. That one was cool.
Got big anime titties.
That's right. um, there was a piano one that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I think Ryan plays the piano one a bit. Or no, was it Julian? Somebody played the piano one a bunch at Big House. It was It was definitely Julian.
But yeah, a lot of really cool games that I had never heard of that were really fun.
Yeah, Konami's they put out a lot of games, but like a lot of them don't make it past like a couple of years of life, which is too sad. Because
Sure.
there's always some like standouts, like Waka, which I'm always like, damn, I really wish that was still alive.
There was one that it was like a line, and you just had to like press the button when it hit the beat on the line. That was fun. I don't know,
I
but
have no idea what that is.
I just be saying shit sometimes.
I think it's Guitar Hero, actually.
Yep, that's what it is.
Uh, So as I have one last OC question for you. Sorry. As someone who's
Yeah,
much better than me, what do you think about OS Laser? Like,
I think it's really good. I mean, it's got some work to be done, but like, it's gotten
sure.
so much better over the years. It's really, really more consistent, like frame rate wise, and like, um, I think it just feels good. Once they get like the skinning support like figured out, because like I like to play on my skin, I don't want to
Right.
play on the default. I tried. I gave an honest
That's
try,
real.
and I was just like, nope, not for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, once they get that, and once they get PP submission on those, then I'll play.
Sure. And it has they unveiled their new PP system on it already, haven't they?
They
Or
they unveiled the plan to ranked play, which
okay.
is like their plan is to get it. Oh my god, let me down. By the end of 2023 is when they'd said. I don't know if that's still gonna happen, but maybe they would like to get ranked play on Laser available, which will be a huge
Hmm.
milestone.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you you farm. That's
I do.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, my family has a farm, which is really nice. It's like 5 acres of, well, like 3 acres of farmland, and then like 2 acres for just like other things, It's really cute. We like my parents work there a lot more often than I do, but I go like at least like every other weekend and like help out and like do a bunch of stuff. And it's really cool to
Sure.
see like the fruits and vegetables grow over time. You're like, wow, I'm actually like making something.
Yeah.
Um, we got all sorts of stuff like kale, squash, tomatoes, grapes, um,
Dang.
walnuts. It's really cool. It's and I like working with my parents every now and then.
Sure. Is there? I guess of those things, what is your favorite to see grow or to work on?
um, I think the coolest looking would probably be the walnut trees because like they're like actual trees and they like grow properly. Um, we also have some cherry trees, very simple trees in general. It's so cool to see them just become like a fully fleshed out tree.
Right. And is there anything that you wish you grew there, or you want to grow there in the future?
You guys know what okra is?
Yeah,
Yeah, okra's
Hmm.
great. It'd be really cool if we could grow okra at home.
I
'Cause
agree.
I love okra.
I would love
I think
for
we also
you to make okra for me to eat eventually.
Oh,
and then like actually we might already have dill. I think dill's really good as well.
Mhm.
oh,
Those are two veggies I love a lot.
nice. Sorry, I just see link things happening on my
I'm
screen.
trying so hard to gimp you.
I can't believe. I think, and I don't exaggerate when I say this. I think Link Up B might be my least favorite move
I
in the
think
game.
it's so cool.
It's so cheese at times, and other times I'm like, wow, I really got hit by that.
Imagine if like there was a move that just is always good. Any situation, you can just up B. It's so good. Shit.
Yeah, my character has that too, but it's a little different.
Sure, sure, sure. um.
Oh no!
So when's the next time you're coming to Indiana?
When's the next bot me? I'm so
Uh,
sad I couldn't make it to this one.
this
It's
is
just unfortunate.
the last one.
Mm.
Ricky is running. He graduated.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
do not know who the new TO is.
I'm sure it'll
Probably just
happen.
bug Austin about it.
True.
Yeah, I think it is Austin. Maybe Devin. I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking to Ricky a bit about it. He said those two and then maybe Nico are gonna form a trio.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's good to have a group behind it rather than just like one person. I so much respect for Ricky and Charlie for what they did over the past few years.
And
Like
you.
maintaining this
Let's
team.
chill out. Okay.
I still help out here or there, but like they're on the
Sure.
ground.
Yeah.
They're the hard workers.
We will go ahead and call this one last game.
All right, sounds good.
Oof. But yeah. For those who don't know, this is like there's some lore behind the Link Falco, right? Like every time
Yeah.
Nikki and I play, is this matchup. I think when I first picked up Link, you were still a lot better than me, so it was just like
Yes.
you just beat my Link, so it was like cool. And then the first set I took off you was a game 5 in winners round 1.
Yeah, because we would regularly say best of 5 like
Yeah. in winners round 1 of a like
A
top 6
local.
best of 5 local, yeah. Oh god.
Good times.
Yeah, there's some blood. Even the last set we played,
Yeah.
like the first game went to like last hit, last stock. I was like, oh, it's one of those. All right. That connected? You're a little psycho.
That's insane.
Don't jump. Don't jump. Oh no, I've bombed myself.
I actually
get out of
played Nikki at a Purdue local back in like 2018. I had forgotten about it, but back when I didn't really know how the game worked. But you kind of beat the shit out of me with both your characters.
That sounds right. If it
Nikki,
was like winners round 1, I would be like switching over to Falco after game
Yeah.
1. I'd be like, ah.
Nikki
Yeah,
does
that's
kind of
exactly
get
right.
universally underseeded, and you're always fine with it. You're like, whatever.
I had forgotten my controller though, so I was on Briar's like really shit ass spare.
Yeah.
Not that it changed anything. I did fumble my way into a really sick kill on Peanut that tournament.
What was your peak on the Purdue PR, Nikki?
9.
9? That feels
Yeah.
so low for you. I feel like you're so good at the
I
game.
actually think it's super accurate. Like the first time I got on the PR, I was 10. Then a year later, I was 9. Then a year later, I was 10 again. I was very much a consistent player at the time
Sure.
because I was
You
more
beat the-
focused
yeah.
on like the streaming and all that stuff.
Yeah, you
and,
beat the people that you were supposed to, and struggled against the people who were like ranked
Yeah.
above. That makes sense. Oh,
That is funny though. I do not remember that, Dalton, but it sounds completely correct.
do you remember Summit 1 when we had a drunk bracket the night before? And you and
Oh,
I were
man.
already drunk, and we
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And I think like you made it to like 4th or 5th place in that bracket where like multiple PR players entered. Like PK
Yeah.
Crescent was PR'd at like 9th or something. Aw. I think against both me and Dalton, you SD'd your last stock. But yeah, like PK
This is what
Crescent.
happens when I don't play Melee so often. This is like the first time I played in about a couple weeks.
Oh, jeez. Hey, you still
Yeah.
got it. You got the fire. Like PK.
I keep my hands warm. That's for sure. I play
Yeah.
OS, which is
Oh yeah.
a strenuous game.
True. Hey, honestly. But yeah, I think PK was ranked like 9th or 10th in the state, and he went 0-2 in the bracket just because he was drunk.
Yeah. Well, PK always gets.
He parties. He parties.
He parties hard. Respectable.
Nikki, thank you so much for coming on. I love talking with you. You always have such good, again, informative and funny things to say. So,
Thank you. It's always nice chatting with you guys as well. It's good. It's been a while. That's for
yes,
sure.
yes. Do you have any closing remarks that you want to add?
You know, I mean, I think everybody in chat is going to locals. That's what I always
That's
try
the
and
big
say. Go to
thing.
your locals, right?
Yeah.
I do not go to my locals. I'm a bad
What the
local.
hell? You literally have Frigid now. I don't know if you're close to
No,
Port.
Frigid,
How close is
Frigid,
Portland to Seattle?
Joe is like 3 hours south.
You could go to
It's
that. The Midwest spirit,
right.
Nikki.
I know, right? That Midwest. I feel like it's been drained from me, which is really shitty.
No, it's
It's
okay.
just because like nobody. I mean, something I always say is like I miss the drives with the boys.
Right. Yeah.
Getting to the tournament with your friends is always
The trip
such a
is
special
definitely
thing.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really important part of it, I'd say. And Rye Guy definitely knows the ride back. I will blast Paramore
That's
the
right.
entire ride back. That's my shit.
Riot's a top 5 punk album of all time.
Yeah.
Pop punk. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So fucking good.
Those that kind of experience, I miss it a lot. I still try and go every now and then. There's a new local in Seattle that I need to get my ass over to. But to everybody, go to your locals, play Melee, keep loving Melee. That's all that matters.
Sure. As per usual, you do get to pick one player to give a free weekly entry to.
I think this has to go to Ricky. I don't know. I don't even know if he's gonna go to another weekly anywhere. Like I don't know where he's moving to, but wherever he goes,
Honestly,
Ricky's done so much.
That is genuinely such a good pick.
Yeah.
Do you know if Ricky will be there for Crown?
I have no clue. Oh, wait,
Oh,
Dalton.
that's a Dalton question.
Yeah, wait a second. I was like,
Yeah, why the fuck would I know?
I don't know if he'll be able to make it out.
Okay.
Maybe.
Like maybe that last
might be
one.
after the semester. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so because I thought he was Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, he is.
It just depends on when he gets home from Purdue.
Right.
That's fair.
All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. This is Melee and More with Acid.
And Dalbull.
You guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good night.